setup, so I'm gonna do that when I get home.
Wow.
And yeah, but who was it? Bro, it was in December. We didn't do Sam Show in December, okay? And I forgot. You know what I'm saying?
Walter ain't having that though.
I know. He's giving me crap, like always.
I'm giving you crap too, man.
Stop giving me crap, man.
Nah, you can have all the crap. Dump it on the table.
Stop being mean with Ogie. God dang.
And we talked about technical difficulties. We talked about characters. We haven't talked about what we're playing. We got the Sam Show top 4.
Yep.
Top 4.
Top 4.
We're starting off with the loser semis, you said?
Yes, sir. And then we're going to get into winners finals.
All right.
Let me update the brackets on
Man,
Move Box.
I kind of want to grab the camera so I can slide it over to these two goons that are sitting over here in winners finals. You're not in the stream. That's why you can't hear me. Get out of here.
Or where are these guys from? I've never heard them.
Who?
The guys in winners finals.
Winners finals,
Yeah.
Neil and Ace Uno, they're from Macon.
They're from Macon, both of them?
Yes.
Nice.
Ace Uno is actually a really old school SNK player.
Okay, good. You guys are good to go. I know a certain someone isn't here, and he was in the chat complaining Dragon Ball about to take an hour. I'm like,
oh, we ain't worried about him because he ain't here.
yeah, he ain't here. You're right.
I'm assuming I know who you're talking about, and neither one of them are here. So
yeah, neither one of them.
They can hold these losers semis. All right.
All right, so next night, switch to Wanfu.
Right. Another big dude. He likes big dudes, if you haven't noticed.
No, I remember playing Street Fighter, and he was playing like Abigail.
He's been recently getting into Soul Calibur because he's waiting for Howmaru to be in there. Who's the biggest character in Soul Calibur? Do you know?
Astaroth. Right?
Astaroth. Yep,
Yeah, because I remember one of my friends is one of the better players here. What's his name? Akira.
Akira Tetsuka?
Yeah. I went to high school with that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, a little too early on that throw, though. But yeah, Wanfu, new character. He's okay. Has a decent amount of range. Has a lot of damage that he can get from setups.
Yeah.
One of the common flaws that you'll see in him is not that pillar throw itself, which he does have moves where he throws his pillar. But
okay, so he can actually just throw his weapon?
Yes.
Wow.
So that sounds cool and all, but the problem is you're unarming yourself.
Yeah, you're unarming yourself. No, you don't want to do that in this game.
But that pillar setup, or that pillar throw is really good. The one that's the heavy one that can cross up if you space it right, it's 2 hits. Now, something you have to remember about this game is this game does not have auto block.
Yeah, you have to block everything in this game. No true guard.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you're not ready for it, which is something that actually has plagued Jeshu a few times, seen him against Wanfu and he struggles against this, you have to be able to block the first hit correctly and the second hit correctly. So you have to be prepared for it. Like, could you imagine that in Marvel? Yeah.
Stop.
Exactly.
Stop right there.
Next tonight is checking the movement in. Not too well because Jesua gets in, jumps over to the other side, but can't really do anything from it. Can't close the distance to get anything accomplished just yet. He almost has rage. Oh, he's got it now.
He got it.
But how much is he really going to be able to do with it? Because if he gets a hit, which is pretty... Oh,
my gosh.
I mean, that's very monumental right here.
Yeah.
And it's so bad because he lost the rage, so he couldn't do the weapon flip. It just goes into the tap instead. Tap has been plaguing everybody across the land in Japan.
Get your weapon back. You got to lose some life, though. He has a big life. He has a pretty decent life lead. But it doesn't matter because it's big damage.
It could be worse. Like, he could have, if that tap was fully charged or even, like, higher levels, he could have lost the entire round right there. But he would have been charging for, like, the entire round at this point.
Right.
Got to keep up with the clutch. Whew.
I think the scary – well, isn't this character, like, being a problem at EVO in Japan? Also Shizumaru? Yeah.
There were 4 Shizumarus in top 8.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. This is effectively replaced Gendro. The thing that's really strong about Shizumaru, though, is his ability to change his jump arc. Because he can actually pull his umbrella and float.
And, like, float? Like Storm?
Yes.
Lord.
Well,
not like Storm, but I'm just throwing out for a while.
Well, like Storm Float, I was going to say, not like her flight, but her actual float. It's
like her float, yeah.
It's that concept. And this is really devastating in a game like this because somebody goes for an anti-air and they whip the anti-air and you come down to punish them. It's not like you're punishing them for, like a fourth of their life or something. You can easily take half them off.
Jeez.
But you've got to be able to get up in the air to make that happen. And that's something that wasn't really happening in that first explanation.
Yeah, next night is looking pretty strong there, honestly. It's like throw my weapon, you get hit, call it a day.
Yeah, the first step of it is like he's pretty successful with his pillar tosses, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to worry too much about the repercussions. But whenever
Oh, it's just
yeah, decent idea, but just didn't have the timing for it.
Yeah.
Or didn't have the spacing for it, excuse me. But getting so many mixed thoughts here.
Ooh, nice. Oh, misses the throw. Oh.
So that's the thing I was getting at. Is like whenever he's unsuccessful with the pillar tosses, he's not really getting punished for it. So it's one thing that he has little reasons not to do it, but he's not dying for it. So it's like, why not go to it time and time again? It's really strong.
Wow, I cross up.
Yes!
Wow.
And you get plus frames as well.
And he picked up this.
No anti-air there, but still, okay, doing well. Walking away with his lead, 24 on the clock. And at this point, losing the weapon doesn't mean too much.
Yeah.
Because any hit will do it. And even when Wanfu doesn't have weapons, he has some pretty good normals, and he has a command.
Yeah. Notice his jab and like kicks are looking pretty strong, man. Yeah.
So it's not the worst thing in the world for him to throw it. Case in point. Digging a little too deep with the throw.
Oh, what?
Yeah, but those were too high jump-in, so even though they were JCs, there was nothing really done from it. No, we just out here doing a move.
Just doing it, bro.
Ooh. Blocked a running B and did nothing with it. That's a telling sell. It's an overhead. The UO.
Oh, that's it. Ooh, wow. And he's going to lose his weapon, too? Yeah.
He's going to lose his weapon. Oh, no.
It doesn't matter, though. He got swept the leg.
Ready for the tap. Oh, didn't have the distance for that. Like, really good idea. Could have possibly taken the round at that point with the counter hit damage, but spacing. And that gives Jeshua his first round, trying to stay alive. Because this is match point for Nexonitis. We haven't talked about that yet. Yeah, this man is just holding up forward. They both kind of holding up forward. And here is not the most important right now. It'd be nice. 2C. Oof, good throw in the back throw as well.
Ooh, that's some big damage, man.
Yeah, man. Jeshua classic right there, just looking for SSM. And that's something you really have to be mindful of against Shizumaru because it's really strong SSM.
It looked pretty fast. Like, if you did something wrong, he would have caught you.
The bigger thing is simply a full screen projectile that isn't SSM. So if it hits you, you lose, I think it's a minimum 70%.
Jesus Christ, yo.
But now without it, not a lot to really do. Got caught reaching, you reach. Teach got the ankles blown up with a 2C. Right.
Okay. All right. So, yeah.
Oh, this winners finals.
The winners finals. Who's what's up? Who's Neil on the what side of Neil?
He's on player 2, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Man, you don't know your history over here.
Nah, bro. Man. I'm a 011er. Not a 09er. 011er. I know.
That's how new he is. He's making stuff up.
Jeez. Hey, man, I was too busy getting cooked by these Kingdom Hearts bosses, okay?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No.
Wait, we did one for you out? Like December what?
Hey, man.
You guys wanted to go check the other ones and see if one was there?
I think one was on all the others. I think. I think all the ones I played on.
Is it harder to update more than one console or one?
I'm guessing.
Wow.
Wow.
Public roast of Moose. I feel bad for you.
I know, man. I know, bro.
Good job, bro. But he beat Riku, though. He did beat Riku.
Hey, Joshua.
Are we good?
Did you want to hop on commentary, man? Did you want to hop on commentary by any chance?
I know some stuff with the game. I don't know.
I feel like you're a better pick than me. I'm kind of just like, yeah.
I mean, it's his call.
Yeah, come on, man. Get on. Get on, man. Hey, bruh. Shadow Ace, wait till I get to Yozora, bruh. I'm about to get cooked.
I mean, you already have.
Leave me
Go ahead.
alone.
Pass that headset.
Leave me alone.
Pass the headset. You want to be done. Get out of here.
Oh, what's going on, folks?
Got this old winter finals here, making classic. This guy, Ace Uno, still over here with this dusty pad. Yo, show this dusty pad. Oh, my God.
This man's got a working stick and doesn't want to use it. He even brought it with the converter.
been the thing that's been holding him back the entire time of Sam's show.
Well, he finally did an SSM punish on the pad earlier today.
He's done them before, but wow. No, he has his own stick. See, if you were in the community, you would know why we're even bringing this up. You stay over there and you just man the stream.
And this is an old classic little rivalry down in our hometown.
One rivalry where you're going to need to switch the names when you get there. You're going to need to I know you got to take a second to do that. Yeah,
Yep.
You need to swap the names.
There you go.
Ace Uno over there with this Charlotte. That's why I'm trying to tell you. Got to go off of what the commentators tell you. But Ace with his back throw. Solid back throw taking a 2C. And that's something he's going to have to be mindful of. Like, he likes trying to use Charlotte's short, fast jump. But Neil, young man reactions, is pretty attentive to meet him up in the air, especially with a character with a double jump that can easily get over Charlotte. So it's not like Ace can just jump at will. Case in point.
Pizza cutter.
Ooh, and he's lucky that he made it under it because that Ace could have possibly been the beginning of the end of the round right there. But Ace looking pretty good, running him down with the dash Ace. Tiger uppercut.
Yeah, well, he refers it to as the French uppercut.
There's no air ball there. Oh, it's that point. Pretty good thing to look for against Charlotte is a lot of deflects because a lot of her game is looking for pokes. She has really strong Bs, really strong Ms, whatever button you like to use. So she's really prone to getting deflected. Need to put the threat out there. And he was looking for a deflect punish right there, but Ace had different ideas.
Nice cross up by Neil.
Okay.
Oh, good grab into the low.
Ooh, and there it is.
And no SSM.
And I saw him shake his head. I know at the least he didn't want a slide, but that's the kind of thing he has to shake off at this point. As much as he rags on Ace for missing SSM punishes, like, he might get another opportunity as long as he's not too flustered for it. But even with that, he has the lead.
One thing does Ace have with Charlotte, if he decides to use weapon flip, he can just knock it Yashimaru out of the air, unless he double jumps, give or take the arc. And arc in the weapon flip position. Or not. Arc.
Jumping away.
Grab.
And that's the hit that he will gladly take at this point because he's got to make something happen with 7 seconds left on the clock. And I actually don't know why Ace was content to trying to stay with him and out-jump him. But, I mean, it's the choice he made. Here we go into round 3.
Indeed. Good 5B. Ooh.
And Neil is paying dividends for the decision that he wanted to make. He was expecting Ace to stand up or at the least roll back into the corner. Didn't think he'd cross up and take center screen. So not only did he lose his rage for that, lose some damage, but now he's given Ace all of the space. And I almost think he didn't want to anti-air him at that point. He would have rather walked under just so we can get back to the bigger real estate. But he's trying to make it work. Trades that he's doing very well with.
Ace getting in with the pokes.
Oh, okay. Solid Bs.
And in case in point with Yashimaru, like Shizumaru, Ace can knock him out of the air with like jab or medium in case. But
he was trying to jump out and get his face. I like the idea that Neil has at this point. Like, he's not trying to run from Ace. He's trying to hold on to his ground, but he's still threatening. Like, he pokes in every now and then. He sticks his head in every now and then, but he doesn't stay too long. And it's been the thing that kept his lead. I wish he wouldn't have went for the short. And he's lucky he didn't just die right there on the spot. Still has the lead, and we're down to 8 seconds. Went for the cross-up, and yeah, got to burst to stay alive.
He's so lucky he didn't get Ace in there.
Yeah. Ace holding on to it. Doesn't know when he wants to throw it because, double jump and the dash as well.
Uh-oh. I think Neil should have, held on to that.
I mean, any hit could have been the end, so it's perfectly okay for him to
But
think about it at that point. Cross up on the other side.
I believe that cross-up does extra 50 damage when in range.
It does a good chunk. Does a pretty good chunk.
All right, let's see what Neil will do this round. All right, 6.
Ooh.
Good stance break. Oh, good deflect. Oh, here we go. Oh. Forced him to burst.
Dang. Round 1 burst. Yo, we're
going to take about 50 damage.
round 1 burst, man.
At least he used it.
No, that's a pretty bad scenario. That's a lot of work for him to do at this point.
True.
For the good old classic topic in the community that shouldn't be a topic. And he still has Neil pinned into the corner. Takes a brave DP. And, yeah, he's got the round, but good luck. Yashimaru starting in rage as well. Like, he's lucky he didn't just lose a good chunk from the H falling down, but gets a back throw. 2C as well.
All right, advancing overhead from Neil.
It's got him to flinch with that as well. So that's information that he can use for later, knowing that Ace is really, really sharp and really wry to a dash in.
Indeed.
Get a big H out of it later if he wants. And I see him trying to look for it again, but didn't have the spacing for it.
No. I think Neil is trying to get in, do some more grabs with the lows, but when he can. Oh.
Whoa, with the pad. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Dash in. Yes. And Ace will take the first round. Or first game, excuse me. Or second game, God.
Maybe he doesn't need a stick. That's the only time he's ever done that in his life. He'll never have a guy. I don't know why you laughing, man. You should be listening to the commentators. You got game 3 to go.
Well, nice slide, but no. Ooh.
A pretty big lead just off the back of the JH. And I don't blame him for constantly looking for it. There's been very light resistance from Ace. Like, he's jumped up and met him a couple times. He's jabbed him a couple times. But, I mean, he hasn't done anything to really stop him from jumping. That's the nature of the game. It's not like you get the most damaging anti-airs, but he doesn't want to risk that. So it's something that is perfectly good for Neil to roll dice on. But even with the dice rolling that he's done, Neil finds himself trying to cross the trenches and get into Fort Charlotte. And it's she's firing on all cylinders. The lights, tri-slashes, I don't know about that one. And he's lucky he couldn't put the DP on there. But even with the drop confirmed, Ace is able to pick up the spare and get the first round in here in game 3.
Indeed. All right, let's see. Thing is, Neil needs to be careful about it. Is one of Ace's favorite buttons, 2B. Ooh, he's lucky he didn't get punished harder on that.
Kind of wonder if he was
Nice
really
2C.
looking for a poke there, or if that was just a straight action. Now that one he tried, and he just didn't have the height or the timing. Either way, it was off the mark.
Well, good cross up.
That's pretty reliable. I don't think Ace is blocking one yet, but I mean, it's not like Neil is just living by it. He's using it very sparingly, and in times where Ace is not thinking about blocking it, more of moving or just poking. So it's really hard for Ace to look for it specifically.
Well, he's definitely been keeping him guessing so far in this game.
I wonder if he was looking for the cross-up run there. Like, I don't know if Neil has that in his arsenal. Didn't really set it up too well, but could have been an idea. Gets the range with the slide, running D, and that puts us at 1 apiece. I like the idea. Trying to see if there was a B lurking out there in the beginning of the round.
All right. Not a bad jump. Good slide. Neil's, I think, really trying to fish out for something.
He's just taking the space. Like, even though he has to go and he's managed to walk Ace into the corner. Now, the big thing he's got to do is keep him in the corner. Has the wrong idea, wasn't looking for the slide, thinking the B was coming there. He's losing a lot of damage, and that's a big thing. I like the recognition from Ace, knowing that Neil was in the air quite often, so he took the dash on it. So whenever he...
Ooh, the cross up again.
And it's the timing for it. And, like, the big thing is they're fighting for the big position, the bigger side of the stage, the right side. Neil has the good position again. Yo, we out.
Neil got out of there fast.
Heads up plays. And it's okay for him to be jumping at this point because the back center screen doesn't matter too much as long as he can put the threat that he might land. He might double jump away from an anti-air. But, yeah, now he has to make something work. Get in the crunch again because he's giving away a little too much.
All right, will he force Ace to burst, though?
It's a throw coming right now. Takes the page out of Ace's playbook. Hit him with his own move.
Dash up grab, Eason. Never fails.
It's not even the throw itself. It's the throw immediately after a burst. What's up?
Explain the controller thing.
Explain the what? The controller. Why he's using the pad? Okay. So Ace, when Sam Show came out, I'm guessing he had a working stick, but the one that he wanted to use was broken. He wanted to use a Harap too, right? So he wound up ordering parts, a Brook board, and everything to convert it, and he never got around to it. We joke with him because he's missed a lot of inputs, more specifically SSM inputs, which is a forward half circle forward in an SMK game. So it's fairly tight to some degree, right? He's lost tournament matches for that. We've ragged on him for forever, and come to find out this week, he actually had another stick that worked perfectly fine. I think it's a Kwamba or something like that, and he just brought a Brook converter. So he's got everything that he needs, but he's using this as a retired tournament for his pad. And this is the last one he says he's going to use it for, but
we'll see.
Long story short, he might need to get that stick out right now, because in that explanation, I see that he managed to lose the first round. And since I think I only spent about 15 seconds, 20 seconds explaining that, he kind of had got mopped right there.
Yep.
Ooh.
Good 5B.
I went over to the 2B as well, or rather jammed it. Gets a punish. Gets a big one. Oh, he didn't commit to it, but I'm okay with him not committing because he didn't know about the timing. Like, he wasn't so sure about that. Because if he would have got a deep one, he could have took a third of his life right there.
Oh, definitely. Oh, that was a miss input.
Oh, yeah. Man, if only. If only.
Uh-oh. Pizza cutter again. If Ace loses this, I think he's definitely going to be looking at the matches later on. Uh-oh.
Bursting to try to get some space, but he's getting nickel to dime. Every hit matters. Taking the Eason. Okay.
All right, he's still in there. No resources for this next round.
And that seems to be the only time he's really looking for anti-airs is when he's already on the run, so he gets the mobile 6-6A. Any other time, like distance is there. I forgot he reached halfway across the screen. And yeah, this is where it starts looking really hard for Ace.
Oh, definitely. Neil has definitely been practicing for this matchup.
I mean, I can imagine that they played it for like an hour and a half yesterday. Like, they were literally playing down at Reboot when I left. So I don't even need to fluff it and say there's no strangers to each other or anything. Like, they grind very often.
Oh, definitely. I start going down there a little bit more myself to grind, but
with a more offensive approach, trying to go over there and see if he can get something. Because I like the first time Neil looked at the tri-slash right there and was building the meter, but he's trying to see if he can end the round, which it's an okay idea, but he has a lot of life to work with. Don't want to get slid. Yes, I like that. Gets hit with, blocks the cross-up, and instead of trying to take it right there, he's been pretty consistent with that, backing up and repositioning himself in mid-range. Oh, and that's the big block that he needs.
Oh.
Ooh, and he was a little too early on the throw. Ace had the right idea, but he was too early on the throw. Got clipped up by a couple of 2Ds, caught in the scramble with the Eason, and that is Neil somehow, some way holding on and making it to Greg. How you gonna walk off and tell you hit the old man with his new trick, man?
Damn.
Rude.
Well, that's the new youth for you there. Now we have Nexonitis versus Ace Uno.
Kind of wondering if Nexonitis is actually going to commit to this Wanfu, or if he's going to bring out Earthquake.
He's been committing throughout the whole tournament.
This is a different time, though.
Well, this is a nice time for him to, like, try out a new character and just see what he can do with it. He's been pretty consistent for the most part with most things. It's just, will Ace be able to handle the matchup now? 'Cause I don't know if he has any experiences fighting that besides playing against Paintbot's Winfu.
I mean, that's one of the good ones to have under your belt. Arguably the best one in the state, or if not the best, well, in these states. Let me be more specific, because, I mean, it is the best in the state, clearly. But
Indeed.
can't think of too many Wanfus really doing anything across the nation. Paintbot, willing to try him at KIT. Went pretty far with him by itself, but I'm going to leave it right there because he didn't make it all the way with him. But that's a name I'm going to have to say too much because he didn't want to bring himself out of his house today. It's going to be Nexonitis, trying to see if he can make it to Grands with his Wanfu, or if Ace is going to get his run back with the youngster Neil. Yeah, and having a block against the pillar and pushing away. Not really getting the most damage, but just getting a little bit, putting some repercussions on the table for the willingness to part with the weapon.
Yeah, in the corner, that's a bit hard to block.
He's trying to move after the frames as well, but getting warmed up to it.
All right.
Bit of a scramble. Oh, yes. Big command throw. Because that's the big thing he gets away from it. It's the damage, but the timing to pick up the weapon and position himself however he wants. Like, he can't get Oki off of it, but it's just being able to reset neutral so he can look for something like that. Big pillar throw against the tri-slash. Good looks for Nexonitis.
Oh, good slide.
That seems like one of Ace's go-to openers. I wish I would have been keeping track for how many times he's looked for it, because even though he hasn't been successful with it every time, it's something that is really prominent in this kid at the beginning of a round.
Done it at least about 9 different times, I believe. Oh, all right. Nexonitis did not go into weapon flip like I thought.
But he took the big damage from that as well. And the cool thing about it is he has enough character familiarity that he took the step before he did the combo to make sure that he got the confirm from it.
Indeed.
That's all he really gets from it. That's something that always plagues Charlotte. She didn't have the most damaging punishes. So even though Nexonitis is like constantly throwing his weapon away, it's not like Ace gets to kill him for it.
No. The only thing he could really do is like jump C into standing B into heavy DP if he gets it. And he could have got it right there. Well, Nexonitis is going to try to close it out now with maybe an Eason. Ooh.
I don't think he wanted to run there. He missed his DP, but it's okay. Still gets the slide. And he's keeping hope alive. 1 round apiece. Trying to see who's getting this first game. Again, on the deck, sliding in the second base.
Ooh. Gotta be careful about the pillar. It does hit twice.
I get the impression that he was looking for the Jest defend, which I don't know why. I mean, he could reduce some chip, but he doesn't have a meter anymore, so it's not like he's getting rage for it. And with the spacing, it's not like he even has to question if it's a cross-up because it's not like Wanfu's anywhere near him. But this is a really good scenario. Taking the weapon off the screen, so yeah, Nexonitis is probably not going to see his pillar for the rest of the round. But yo, we just duffing him. Oh, yo, duff again? Command throw. And I wish he would have had the heads up to get under him and throw him the other way first, but he might not have had the timing for that. I have to go back and look. But Nexonitis has been able to keep him pretty close. Yeah, Ace ain't going over there.
Nope. He's going to just triangle bayonet.
Oh, I don't know about looking for the million slash, but
ooh,
it's
good
okay.
2B.
I was looking scary for a second.
All right. Nexonitis trying to get the sweep. All right. Tried to get the sweep there again. All right. Ace missed the combat, missed the throw.
Oh, my. All right, I'm done with that. They can fight all they want.
Oh, Lord.
Yo, while you over there arguing, stream, man, you need to get the score right. couple of that. Oh, the lingering hitbox. That's got to be pretty frustrating to think about because he was running in to look for the punish there. And again, it's not like Charlotte gets the biggest punishes. And so to get it taken away from an active hitbox is just, or a lingering hitbox is
not easy to deal with.
Still making it work.
Oh.
You know, Nexonitis is actually setting him up at this point. Like, something that Ace has got to be a little careful of. Like, he's really eager to attack him whenever he throws the pillar down there. And I'm sure Nexonitis is paying attention. But that's something that's going to have to come a little later because we only got 11 seconds on the clock.
Someone's going
Gets a throw. Oh, yo, that's such a huge drop at this point.
It's the second time he's done that.
Jump in, can't get the JC at time. Yo, he ran in? Oh, my God. Yo, he stole the lead. He's out.
Damn.
I just can't believe that he ran at him when he got the lead. But he could have been looking for the cross-up roll. Like, I'd have to go back there. That might not have been as wild as I think. But he was just playing a little too far ahead of himself. Either way, Ace was able to hold it on and get that round.
Whoa. Good punish on the run-in.
Empty jump throw. Spacing on that. He set that up very well. A little eager of Nexonitis at that point. Possibly flustered to some degree.
Oh.
But, I mean, he's got to chill out at this point because he's going a little too gung-ho with that. He's still got a game to play with.
Yeah, he's definitely when he starts getting a little, it's a bit of an odd habit he has. He's hyper-focusing on the pillar toss setup a little too much.
All right, here we go. Sticking to his gun, staying with the pillar, going in around game 3. See if he can make something happen. Yo, Ace! Pouring on the steam.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, all them straights.
All right, good. Jab and light DP. Nice slide. Set up a triangle.
Oh,
wow. That's the third drop.
That one was different, though. So, I mean, that clearly wasn't an input. I get the assumption that he just straight up mistimed the M, which is why it didn't happen. But even with that, he's still looking pretty good. Nice jump from Nexonitis. They've seen too many empty jumps at this point. They still have big damage from the C swing. The equalizer. Like, all that work that Ace just did is gone in one fell swoop. Ooh. And he's lucky he didn't lose right there.
Ooh, the chip. Ooh, the punch, though.
Yeah, that was the thing that looked really scary at that angle because it would have been so hard to find the timing to just block both of them. But just playing around the fact that the dash straight was coming is too much for Ace.
Good punish on the neutral C.
I see the ideas he's going for. I don't know how much he really. I also like that he tried to do the flight, but I get the idea that Nexonitis is really trying to play with his jump-in timings because he's been more active. So he's trying to mix up between just doing regular jump-in, jump B specifically, or throwing the pillar and trying to see if he can catch Ace flinching. It hasn't been working just yet, but the thing it's doing is it's making Ace freeze, which is giving Nexonitis a lot of chances to get in and get some threats on the table.
Good poke in the air. Uh-oh. Oh, he definitely wants to close this out.
I mean, that's a good thing to swing after 2C. Is
Eason 5K. I think he was definitely looking for that.
Possibly and probably. Whatever it was good enough for him to stay alive, get his first game. But he needs 2 more.
Indeed. Let's see how Ace adjusts this round.
A lot more patient play. Nice timing on that. But he wasn't exactly looking for him to do it normally. He was just expecting to challenge an anti-air. Because if he was looking for him to press a button at that point, he probably would have been looking for deep H's. But happens. Still able to pick it up later with a deep jump B. Get a solid confirm. That air-to-air means so much. It means so much, but the thing that's sad is he can't push up with it. Like, it's nice that he's keeping Nexonitis off of it, but he needs to take the space as well. If he would have took the full confirm, he could have took the round from right there, and doesn't matter too much as Nexonitis clearly getting flustered, desperately grabbing in the air, trying to see if he can hold on to the round. He needs to see if he can hold on for dear life at this point, because this is match point again for Ace.
Oh, tried to run in and grab.
He's too eager. He's way, way too eager. He needs to calm down a little bit.
The thing that is Ace is really good at is 1,000 pokes.
There we go. That's the play I like to see. Like, he spent the first round, like, or the first bit of that round, like, really.
Ooh, that was daring.
Yo, that says a lot, though. Like, even if he missed the timing, just to have the nerve to go for that read and to have the right read. Like, Ace understands where Nex is at this point, but he's got to close this out. And this is Nexonitis with rage.
He's going to be very careful about jumping.
If he finds the timing, it's not too bad. Shuts him down, doesn't let him run out of the corner just yet.
Ooh,
Waited for
too
it.
eager. Good on Ace punishing. All right, looks like Ace is going to be getting his run back against young Neil.
Wherever this kid, slipping around the corner. Bring it back. Why are you shaking his hand now? Don't shake that man's hand. Don't shake his hand.
Smell collusion.
I mean, that's your people, man.
I know.
Is that what y'all doing?
No.
Y'all over here rigging the brackets and stuff?
No, but we came in.
You rigging the brackets?
Well, all three of us came just to play Sam Show. We all made top 4, which is pretty good.
Out of how many?
I think 8.
Oh, man, oh, man. Oh. Grand finals going on. Neil, probably the first time he's been in Grands. If not, I'm going to pretend like it is because he probably ain't going to see another one of these again, let's be real.
I don't know.
On the
He's
winners.
he's been improving.
Yeah, he actually has the game now. That's a pretty big start. Because the first few tournaments he entered, he literally didn't have the game.
Nope. But he did all right even then, but now he's doing a lot better.
But he's got to see if he can keep up the consistency because he's been sitting over here watching, and even though he could be getting information, again, that doesn't really matter. They play all the time.
Right.
He's not warm. He's not warm. Ace has been sitting down here playing.
Ace has got those hands of fire ready to go.
Taking a quick lead with the JB. But again, he's looking for the high JBs, and since he understands he's not going to get a confirm from it, doesn't want to commit to it, just wants to milk him down, weather him down, death by 1,000 cuts, all the old samurai sayings that you can put here. But yeah, that's the thing he's got to put back into his system is somebody who's more attentive to how they're moving. And Ace is going to have to be oh so accurate every time you see Neil go into the air. Because one time he's wrong, I have no excuse for that. The kid messed up.
They both messed up. My goodness. Oof. Smart. Uh-oh. Gonna get it. Oh.
And it was so funny. I wish Musa was actually around so he could have put the camera on there because you see the delayed lean in from both of them, the mash. Oh, man. Something that Painbot pointed out. One of the weaknesses of a pad player is when the clash happens.
Can't clash.
It's pretty hard to get to 10. Yo, that's
Wow.
really big that he got that. Trade that Neil will gladly take.
Well, if only the meter didn't run out on Ace.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, where Ace has to be really accurate with his anti-airs. Like, no matter what he's looking for, because he's got to keep in mind if Neil is willing to double jump and what he's anti-airing with. If he leaves something too far out on the table, like, Neil can snatch half his life at a blink.
Definitely just from neutral 5C twice. I believe that hits mid. I'm not sure.
Oh, he's challenging that. Okay.
One thing Neil might want to use is weapon flip, but there's no need for him to use it. Uh-oh, that's going to hurt.
That's nothing you really see out of Yoshimaru. Like, you might see it to close out once they get a knockdown, but other than that, you just ride the rage. Like, Yoshimaru weapon flip is too easy to jump over, even for Charlotte. Ooh. Nice. And it went over the low as well. But, I mean, he needs more. 12 seconds left on the clock. Getting into the crunch time a bit. That's your idea? Empty jump deflect. Kid out here wilding.
He may rage burst trying to close the round. We'll see. Uh-oh.
Ace waiting for the last second.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
Nice attempt at the overhead.
I don't know. Because I think I get the idea of what he was looking for, and that wasn't the right time. He needed to do it earlier or wait a little bit later. Because I get the idea that he was specifically looking for the moment that Ace was going to burst to try to, like, punish that. But you can't do that. So he either needed to do it earlier to mix up his signal, or he needed to wait to make it an actual 50-50 when he was running in. But the big thing is, since he didn't, like, wait and force that out of Ace or, like, run up and threaten Ace, Ace gets to go into this third round with his burst. Like, that's the huge thing to take away from it. And JC is so big because it gets him out of the corner again.
Oh, he missed his throw. Hate to see it. Pizza Ketter.
Didn't really get all the damage from it, which is so sad because he needs it at this point. Ace has been in control for this game so far. Again, doesn't really get a whole lot of damage from it, but knocked down in the corner looks so good. Forces him up, gets the E-Sin. Is that enough?
Yes,
it is. One of the rare times that you see somebody just burst in neutral instead of waiting for a response. Kind of an offensive burst, if you will, but good conversion nonetheless. Forced him in the corner, spooked him into jumping, was ready for the E-Sin.
Good pokes from Ace. Good attempt at the dodge. Ooh. Yeah, uppercut got interrupted.
Yeah, he was really late with it. I mean, he's lucky that he didn't get blocked because that would have been an SSM right there, but trade he will take nonetheless.
So many anti-air jabs from both of these folks. Good grief.
I mean, it's an anti-air nonetheless. It's better than nothing.
Indeed. I gotta stop saying that. Ooh.
There's a defensive wall from Ace. It's pretty good. Oh! Ooh. He didn't know what side he was going to be on. I get the impression he didn't know what side he was going to be on because he was so close to the corner. Because he would have put a DP on that. But it still works out for Ace because he got the punish, got a couple of nickels and dimes as well. And we find ourselves in this scenario getting down to crunch time. And who's got the lead by a good grip? But it is, again, Ace. And the only thing that's really unfortunate at this point is he's losing rage time at this point. He doesn't need it. So, sure, he wins the round, but about half of his rage is going to be gone when he goes into round two. So, like, he's inclined to push, but that's what can happen.
Nice thing is about Yoshimaru is even though if, like, Ace will go on with Charlotte at times, he can correct his jump.
Okay.
All the damage.
Yeah, it's a little too close to try to be poking against that, which is why he got tagged up by the 5B and the 2B. Ooh. I kind of wonder if he was just really late with that stance break because the C hit high. It wasn't like the peak of it, but it was high enough that I think he should have got that.
There are some weird arcs that stance break doesn't work. I don't know why.
Neil's thinking a little too hard. Eventually gets the punish, but he's really trying to impose his will and play in his style to where he gets to show that he knows what somebody's thinking. That's what the whole dash-in delayed 5C was about. It looks so good when he does right, but in a scenario like that, it could have cost him a lot.
Oh, definitely. There's the bayonet.
He's really letting those go unchecked, huh?
He is. Those bayonets you definitely have to be careful about from Charlotte because just enough of them, they'll start adding up.
Yeah, but he's out of range. Like, and he has a pretty good 5B to poke with. Like, you can try to take some stabs behind it. But he's really focused on trying to jump over and get the big punish from it.
Not bad. Oh.
And he knows he has to use it at some point. And see, there's where we're looking for it again, trying to take too many reads.
Good spot dodge by Charlotte. By Ace, excuse me.
Something he was going to look for at that point. Because, like, he's already in the corner. And he already understands that since Neil bursted at that point, he's got to make something happen with the rage. He's doing the dodge on reaction to the forward movement. The problem is that instead of waiting for the dodge, Neil is just like, I have a set idea in my head. I'm going to do it. And it's something that didn't beat a dodge at that point. He wasn't reacting to it. So it's a game that's going to Ace.
I'm sure it'll have it he'll work on.
I think Neil missed the input there. Like, he neutral jumped. Like, he's been habitually up backing. You out, yeah. He's been habitually up backing whenever there's been a high JC, and that time it was neutral, but didn't mean too much.
He did get a good punish on the missed weapon flip on that Ace did.
Walked him down, took the overhead. A little too early on that. Or a little too late, excuse me. You can just put it his timing was off. Ooh. Ooh. Really?
That was a tight window.
Yeah, out the distance, I didn't think he had it, but it's not around just yet. It's the lead. That's the big thing, it's the lead. But it's a lead that almost doesn't matter at this point. All it does is it says that Neil has to come in, but Ace didn't really have the space to work with. Looking for the punish, can't find the space on the 2D. And here we are.
Ooh.
5D, 2D, Charlotte Classics.
Neil should have probably backed up and done weapon flip. That would have chipped him out a little bit, but then again, it would have wasted rage time too.
You're really stuck on a Yashimaru weapon flip, huh?
No. Oh, the stare down.
First time Ace has been looking for that, just trying to see if he can get some kind of reaction out of Neil for it. But the other thing to really note about that is Neil's reaction was really, really, really late. So either he just had a bad reaction or he cycled through two options. It's something you never know unless you're Neil. Oh,
Decent
good
overhead.
It's not enough to take a round, though.
No.
Such a good position.
What? Slide will take it.
Interesting. So they both jump. And again, this is Charlotte against anybody else in the game. So she gets out jumped. Neil's, I don't know if Neil saw it or not, which is why he jumped away. Because if he saw it, he would have just took at the least like JB at that point. But even then, he still has the lead going into this round. Missed the spacing on that. Ooh. And so the thing is, like, Ace sees it, but he doesn't want to run into the overhead. And he waits too long, and he lets Neil up back and get a reset out of it. Ooh. Yeah, didn't want to commit too much. And I like that. I actually like that he took the 2C, so there's a little more space to work with at that point. Because I get the impression he had the idea that the burst was coming. Burst because he doesn't want to lose his weapon. And that was actually a really scary situation that Neil was able to get out of, but that's the mix-up that Yashimaru can put on the table. Yo, really? Willing to run in there and just take a stab at the fact that he can change his trajectory. Gets clipped with the good old trade 5C. That was scary.
Indeed.
And it's 2 times you see Yashimaru go up in the air. And I mean, yeah, he can double jump. He can do his thrust out. But those are 2 times that Ace looked at him. Second time, he was like, I took the throw. And he actually got it.
Though in that last situation, he probably would have been better off weapon flipping. That would have forced Neil's rage to probably run out.
I mean, again, but that's assuming he's even going to land at that point. And so if you're going to take the time to do that, you're giving him something to react to if he's not in the direct range of it. So it's why it's so scary.
And then another missed grab. But
and never deterred. If at first it don't succeed, nah, bro, it's gonna succeed. Ooh. Again, that was another one of those high jump ins that I think if he really wanted to stance break, he could have, but don't know if it was on his mind at that point.
Good slide. Good chip.
Haven't seen that since it might have been in the last set where he's trying to go over a tri-slash. So it's not something that's really prevalent in this game, but it's something that's always in the back of his mind, something in his bag of tricks.
Something you very rarely see the Yoshimaru's use. He's really trying to keep the pokes going. Uh-oh. Ooh.
And I think that was such a good time for Neil to miss his input. If he did not try to do SSM, that was smart. If he tried and he missed, that was so good because the burst was coming at that point. He can keep the threat on the table, even though he doesn't need it too much because, I mean, this is the possible end of the tournament right here. But Ace still firing back. Just a couple blocks, but he finds it. I thought he had another hit.
And the 2C for Neil to win.
I thought he had another hit.
Oh,
Man.
It's good grand finals. Neil definitely made some good adjustments.
Yo, Neil. How many Lunchables you gonna buy with that?
Damn.
How many Lunchables you buy, man? Yo.
No. The thing is now, he can actually finally buy the juice to put into a sippy cup. All right, that's an ongoing joke at the disc.